And we are live. Today is Thursday, February 12th, 2026. And here at Strawbunny Slime Streams, I'm your host, Mocha. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm feeling pretty good. Weather's nice out. Not a whole lot to talk about between this stream and the previous one. Our Hoka. That's me. Last time we did a stream, I was playing Oblivion. You'll never believe it, but we're going to be doing more of that. And today, it seems, I've thrown my ability to do intros out the window. When last we left off, we were in the middle of the Knights of the Nine story arc. We had just picked up 4 quests, I believe. It was either 4 or 5. About acquiring the Relics of the Crusader. Miscellaneous pieces of heavy armor that are presumably necessary to help put a stop to this, what is his name? Umaril the Unfeathered? That we've heard rumors of. Oh, you know, for a second I thought there was just going to be no music here. That would have been interesting. We've already got the first couple of pieces. They were easy enough to come across. The helmet and the chest piece. But we're still missing the rest of the armor set. A shield and a weapon. At least one. I think there may be 2. I know there's at least one. We're going to be starting with the Gauntlets of the Crusader, located in the Chapel of Stendarr in Coral. And Coral is all the way up northwest. I'm going to ride there. I kind of liked doing that last stream. It was a nice balance between, you know, getting to the destination quicker and getting to be a part of the world instead of fast traveling all over it. If this starts taking too long for my liking, I may end up switching back to fast travel, but for now, this seems like a nice middle ground. So we're just going to ride north until I get back to the road. Exit pursued by a bear. Which I have to assume will give up the ghost at some point. I don't think the bear's just going to follow me indefinitely. I don't think it's fast enough to do that. Classic line from Shakespeare's Hamlet. Oh, fuck. Okay, and now we've got more combat music going. What is chasing me this time? Who knows? Possibly the game knows, but there's no guarantee even of that, because last time I had the chase, combat music playing for, what was it, 10 straight minutes, maybe longer? Whatever it was did not continue to aggro on me past the room where it decided to start attacking, so, like, this could be nothing. Oh, I do like these flower patches. This is nice. Make a quick detour here. Say that we were able to see this locale. Not for any particular reason. Sayat? Oh, that's funny. Sayatatar. This could be anything. It could literally be anything. This music always plays for me because of my haters. Well, the solution to that is, as always, Claymore of the Glacier. As soon as I said exit pursued by a bear, you watched a squirrel chase off another one on my phone. Good heavens. Why are they chasing each other? Any reason? Are they just after food, or is it like, I want whatever it is you have, even though the other one doesn't have anything? combat music in universe from a bunch of adoring fans. Oh, God. It's alright. I picked up what you were putting down. It was real sneaky. That just makes it even stranger. What use would a squirrel have for stealth? Whose weird little ramshackle town is this? Godlesfont Priory. Oh, hey, Daedra Shrine. I'm so good at getting back to the road. Look at all the things I'm finding on the way. Which one is this? I'm gonna try some predicting again. And I don't think it'll work because I don't know which one this is at all. I can't pin this on the map. But, let's say Periite. Molag Bal. Phooey. Cyrodiil is very pretty. I like how it's described in books, like in-universe books a little bit better. I would have been more intrigued by the weird Michael Kirkbride-y jungle setting that it's supposed to be. But for a nice, like, medieval fantasy heartland environment, I like Oblivion setting. Unique landscapes will always have my heart for how much it adds to the environment, but, like, it also adds some pretty severe instability to the game, so I'll take what I can get. And what I can get, I remembered correctly, being good enough to be worth just playing through. Like, it's been so long since I've played just pure vanilla Oblivion that I forgot the reason I fell in love with it in the I forgot the reason I fell in love with it in the first place. But playing through this, I don't think this game needs mods, honestly. Like, I can think of a dozen different mods for Oblivion that would make it more varied in all sorts of ways, more interesting for all sorts of reasons, but I don't think this needs... I'm glad I restarted too. I'm still a little bummed about not getting to see Coffee with Milk's story all the way through, but this has been nice. Pretty sure this is a stable. Looks like a stable. Yeah, it's a stable. All right. Stabled my horse. Off we go to Coral.
Yes?
That's the Countess? She's just chilling out here? Not in her throne room. That's a little odd, ma'am.
Look like someone who's comfortable in heavy armor.
What gave it away? If you park your horse in an unstable, then it clips through the floor. You know how it is. Like Saf said, it's a Bethesda game. How stable can it be? Alright, what's the deal with the gloves? Bouquets of flowers, cobwebs here, and the gauntlets, which are too heavy to move. Interesting.
How goes it? It's good to have a bit of good news in these dark times. What can I do for you, hero of Coral?
I'm here to inquire about the gauntlets of the Crusader sitting in the corner there.
Oh, those. You'll want to speak to Arelder about them. He's in charge of keeping people away from them.
Well, he's not doing a very good job if I'm able to just walk over and try to pick them up, but I'll go looking.
Goodbye.
A Reldur, you said. I'm gonna guess he's in the hall. I don't see why he'd be in the Undercroft. That's not a Reldur. That's not a Reldur. That's not a Reldur. So maybe he is in the Undercroft. Hopefully not for his sake. That does not look like a comfortable bed. No, he's not here either. Well, there was an essential over in the hall. We may as well take a quick peek there, make sure that they don't have anything else to say.
Please, leave me be. I need rest.
Do you know anything about the gauntlets upstairs?
You've seen them, I assume. The only evidence of what happened so many years ago. Do you know that I thought perhaps I could lift them? That somehow this curse would be lifted if I could pick them up? I tried for hours, until my whole body ached, and I could barely move. I lay there on the floor next to them, weeping. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I've been at the end of my rope for far too long to be ashamed of anything. I don't know why they're still here. They're so heavy, and I'm so weak. What does Stendar want from me?
Huh.
You too.
Well, no insight into how we can lift them, but it seems we're not the only one trying. I suppose we'll just wait until daytime and see if this Areldur fellow is here then. No. No. No.
I bet you hear this all the time, but thanks for closing that Oblivion gate. We were all so worried.
Do you know anything about the gauntlets in the corner, perhaps?
The gauntlets, eh? They're Areldur's responsibility. Speak to him about them. Take care.
And you wouldn't happen to know where Areldur is, would you?
I'm Rena Bruyant. I love dogs. Doesn't everyone?
Okay, she's not even a part of the chapel.
Farewell.
Turns out he said our elder, and you're just mishearing him. Well, that's no help either, because there's nobody old enough to qualify as the elder here.
It's you.
Oh, there's our elder.
What brings you here, my lady?
I love dogs. They're comfy and easy to pet. I'm here to ask about the gauntlets over in the corner.
Ah, yes. The gauntlets have been here for ages. I know only the basic story behind them. They're more of a novelty these days. My only real involvement with them these days is keeping the youngsters from hurting themselves trying to pick the gauntlets up. What is your interest in them, if I may ask?
I suppose I'd like to know their story.
Yes, well, I don't know the whole thing. A great many years ago, a knight of the Old Order did something terrible, and the gauntlets just fell off. They dropped to the floor right where he stood, and no one could lift them. It was a sign of the curse placed upon this knight by Stendar, I think. That curse still lingers on today, in fact. Poor Kellen.
Kellen. Is he the fellow down in the sleeping quarters?
Oh, why, he's a descendant of that very knight from so long ago. The curse has affected his family all these years. He suffers from it now. He came here from Hammerfell seeking a cure, but, well, there's really nothing that can be done for him, I think. He may know more of the story than I. Perhaps you should speak with him if he's feeling well enough.
Stendar really inflicted a curse upon this man's whole bloodline?
It's a horrible thing, truly. One cannot help but pity those such as Kellen, who have such a burden placed on them through no fault of their own. But if it is the will of the Nine, then there is little that can be done.
A
Farewell.
pleasure to see you.
What's going on with you?
I saw some mud crabs by the water.
Strange to picture a curse being placed on someone by gods that are allegedly so loving.
Hello.
And such an extreme curse, too. Not just the one guy responsible for striking someone down, but his entire bloodline after that.
What is it? Is there a cure? Has Umaril found a cure? I know there's something he's not telling me.
I wanted to ask you about your curse.
So you've heard it, have you? Terrible curse. Been in the family almost longer than anyone can remember. When I was younger, I could live with it. Wasn't so bad. But it's only gotten worse over time. I'd come here, to the place it all happened, in the hopes that something could be done. I fear I haven't much time left otherwise. Umaril has let me stay, mostly out of pity, I think. But there's something else. I swear he knows more than he tells.
You really think so?
I've seen plenty of pity in people's eyes over the years. I grew up recognizing it. But with Umaril, there's something else there. And when he speaks to me, there are times I'd swear he sounds apologetic. Guilty, even. Why would that be? What reason does he have to hold back information? I know I'm a doomed man one way or the other. Speak to him if you can. Convince him to tell me what he knows as a dying man's last wish.
I would like to know the details of this curse. He's talking like he's got cancer. I assumed it was just that he couldn't pick up the gauntlets, but it sounds like it's a fair deal worse than that. Current sir.
Hello there.
Umaril,
Welcome, Knight Commander.
are you sure you know nothing else of Kellen?
I cannot face him. I know what might be done for him, but I haven't the will to do it. I wish I could help him. Truly I do. But I cannot muster the strength to damn myself on his behalf.
What are you talking about?
The curse. I know what would lift it, but I cannot.
Part of the curse is that it's unable
The
to be
only
described,
way to
even if
free
attempted.
Kellen of his curse is to take it on myself. I am not strong enough to do this, and so I am a failure. I fail Kellen every time I speak to him, and I fail Stendar every time I pray to him and do not ask for the power to lift the curse. Do you know one who would do such a thing? One who would pray at this chapel's altar, pray to Stendar for the power to lift this curse?
What is the nature of this curse, exactly?
I've told you. The only way to lift the curse from Kellen is to pray to Stendar for the power to free him. But that means taking the curse on yourself. You'll be marked for life, as will all your children and your children's children. Bye.
Pray to Stendar, he says. Do you wish to pray to Stendar for the power to lift Kellen's curse? Well, I am a hero, so... I have prayed at the altar in the chapel of Stendar and have been granted the ability to lay hands on Kellen. I need to see him at once. Lay hands. There it is. Restore fatigue and lay hands.
Oh, hello.
Oh, well, there's her dogs. Told you the symptoms of the curse. Twice this conversation. I see. The extension of the unable to be described bit.
Come back to see the doomed man, have you?
Come back to undoom you, I hope.
Bye.
Let's see what this does. I have lifted the curse from Kellen, which means taking it on myself. As a result, I am weary, and my fatigue has been affected. With the curse lifted, I can now retrieve the gauntlets of the Crusader.
You... How did you? I feel good. I feel... good. I don't feel like death. I feel like running. Look at me.
Now, how bad a curse are we talking here? Damage fatigue, 5 points. 5 points of damage fatigue. That's what kept you down, man?
I can't believe it. I feel normal. Thank you so much. You have no idea what this means to me. I finally have a chance to get out and see the world. I'm not wasting another second of my life. And I'm forever indebted to you, friend. Farewell.
Me after ADHD meds. Hell yeah. Well, Areldur, things seem to have gone well for him.
Welcome, Knight Commander.
Out the door and bam, arrow to the knee. Not for another 200 years.
You lifted the curse? But that means that now you've cursed yourself. Why would you do such a thing? You too.
You've got some nimble fingers. What have you been getting into?
Well, I'm about to get into these gauntlets. I've completed Sir Casimir's quest by recovering the gauntlets of the Crusader. I should continue to search for the relics that the other ghost knights were questing for. Let's see. Gauntlets. Fortify restoration and resist disease. Nimble fingers for baking. Definitely. Also got a power from them called Merciful Touch. Restore health 50... Oh, hey! Hey! We've got a heal other spell now. 4 versus 4. Okay, all right. 10 weight versus 8. Okay, so they're a little heavier. That's fine. A little heavier, and in exchange, they look nice. Nice and sleek. Next up, let's go for... Let's go for Wisdom of the Ages. Take a quick nap in the Undercroft, which I'm sure the ghosts won't mind. Level 19. You're really good. Maybe the best. And that's why it's so hard to get better. But you just keep trying, because that's the way you are. Let's do more points in willpower. Just completely offset that curse by giving ourselves more fatigue to work with.
I'm never too busy for good talk.
Well, all I have is the mediocre stuff, so you're going to have to make do. New topic, Dharma. New topic, missing daughter. I'm sure that's nothing. Imagine being like skill issue to Stendar. Yeah. I'm better than the gods. Is the Oak and Crozier an inn? Or is it a... Well, hold on. Hold on. There's a store over here, I think. Northern Goods and Trade. There we go. Just lay some hands, brah.
Any friend of Martin's is a friend of mine. How can I help you? I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Good disposition. Let's try 55%. And I want to get rid of... Well, that. That. The drug wax. All the ectoplasm. The glow dust. Definitely the Minotaur horn. 5 weight on that. The ogre's teeth. The troll fat.
A good bit of gold. And excellent bargain.
Chocolate bars. Hell yeah, pass me one. She doesn't take weapons, though.
Thank you. Come again.
Huh.
Take care.
Make infinite chocolate first. Oh, that's easy. I saw a Tumblr post on how to do that. Bookstore. Not noticing any signs indicating a weapons store or a blacksmith. Has my stamina regen been... Oh. That does seem pretty slow, don't it? Huh. No, I think that's new. Oh, here's the blacksmith.
I'm honored to speak to the champion of Cyrodiil. What do you need? May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
I would like to sell you this... I I would like to sell you this fine ebony warhammer. Thank you. And perhaps these glass daggers? One at a time?
You drive a hard bargain.
For increasingly exorbitant prices? Thank you very much.
Another satisfied customer.
Absolutely.
You too.
The satisfiedest.
I'm thinking of heading over to Renoir's to buy some books. There's quite a selection.
Yes, Renoir does.
Lo! How goes it?
Low. All right. Fort Bulwark is located very southeast. I'm not averse to the trek. But since we're invading a fort, I almost want to just fast travel there because the fort seems like it's going to be the main focus here. Yeah, let's fast travel this time. I'll leave the horse. Remember, it's about the destiny, not the journeyation. That's how that goes. And while you're right to say, in your own humorous fashion, that it is more about the journey, the journey would take me 200 million years, and I'm not really about that. I can't open a door, Sonia. I don't have the key. I mean, I guess I have the skeleton key. Does that count as a keyblade? I don't think that counts as a key. This is cool. This is not your standard fort. This is Iliad architecture in a fort shape. Assuming this is the fort. I don't think this is the fort. This is not the fort. It is rather an imposing Iliad structure, though, surprisingly intact after this much time. What is this? Swapped because I agree with your decision. I see. I see. Veyond. I feel like I've heard of Veyond, but I don't remember what's in it. That is very, very well maintained after this much time, though. Bloodbath and Veyond. Thank you, SB. Counterpoint to Bunglish being clear as Jello, Heather. Jello is, at the very least, transparent. Bog Beacon. That's a fun name for a plant. What do we get from that? Bog Beacon Asco Cap. Restore Magicka. I don't need that, but I will eat it. Funny. I don't see how it could be difficult to determine which mushrooms are easy to, like, are safe to eat and which ones aren't. Just open your inventory and check the first buff it gives you. If it's a debuff, don't eat it. A bog beacon would be like a bait beacon, where if an enemy shoots it in Splatoon, it explodes into a big ink burst. That's fun. I like the idea. Oh, they do still make the noise. It's just very, very quiet at first. A tiny message pops up in the corner saying I can't open my inventory. Ah, damn. Gotta get that looked at. Hey, maybe that's the curse of Stendar. Maybe that's the real curse the whole time. Alright, Fort Bulwark, here we are. I was about to say nothing here by the entrance to greet us, but no, there definitely is. What exactly is the purpose of this?
Take that!
What was the plan? I walked in here with a glass claymore. What was the plan? Glass claymore, half this fancy armor of the gods. I didn't think I'd get this far. Oh, they're avid fans of the real Berenzia, or Berenzia. I think it's Berenzia. Glask. Alright. Allegedly, Fort Bulwark has been made nigh impenetrable for those interested in getting the shield. I'd like to see how accurate that is, and what makes it even allegedly true. Well, the darts are certainly a helping factor. Staff of Burden, 883 for 10, we'll take that. Strong Potion of Healing, obviously we want those. Greater Staff of Burden, definitely taking that one. These guys are loaded. Strong Potions of Sorcery, Strong Potions of Healing. Staves that sell for 1,000 plus a piece. A glass dagger. They're just about better off than I am. At least in terms of healing potions, they definitely are. Now, I triggered a trap on my way over here. And there's nothing to have caused it, it just goes off. That's a Daedroth. Why is there a Daedroth here? Isn't this place supposed to be sanctified or something? Like, surely that'd be part of the... whatever reinforcements they had going, right? Like, why would there be Daedra here? Need a portable naval cannon in the next Elder Scrolls. That could be fun. I'm gonna guess the Daedroth noticed us and is headed down, yep, down the stairs as we speak. I didn't know they shot fireballs. That's new. Or at the very least, it's new to me. Gate is opened elsewhere. Drawbridge is lowered remotely. Alright, so far we've had one flimsy dart trap. What else did they put in to make this place impenetrable?
You'll make a fine pair of goose lizards.
Do you guys mind?
You pathetic worm.
There's one. Ebony dagger, okay. Best of warding. Damn. Okay, alright. Conjurer's note. Acolytes, the shield is here. We know this, and yet we have not found it. The fort has been cleansed, and yet still it eludes us. No doubt it was hidden from eyes such as ours, hidden with the intent to keep it from those who would learn its secrets. The gate to the lower levels no longer halts our progress. Make note of the candles along the walls if you would pass through. The fort must be held at all costs if we are to succeed. Let none enter, leave no foe standing. Gonna assume that handle is to my benefit. The candles, they said. 2... Opens that gate, lowers that drawbridge. Two. What, huh? How what? Who's high? What's high? Oh? Oh. Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yay, look at that. We got an actual puzzle in here. Skyrim should take notes. You didn't tell me the warrior could count. What the hell do we do now? Tongs. Calipers. That's kind of a jackpot. More calipers. Okay, alright. More tongs. I wish we could wield this scythe. I wish there was an Elder Scrolls game with a scythe weapon in it. Spinny animal pillars. 50 million spinny animal pillars. Spinny animal pillars for the rest of your life. Do you like spinny animal pillars? You're about to. I mean, I did literally look at the scythe. I just...
Open the gate, please. I must get out of here.
Can we talk? Can you explain who you are and why you're... Alright.
Thank you for rescuing me. I've lost track of how long they've held me here.
Who are you?
I am Sir Thedred. I came here seeking the shield of the Crusader and was ambushed by these cowards. They've held me here since.
And what are you doing here?
I've been held prisoner by these scoundrels for the longest time.
I've
They
been
want
here
to know how
waiting
to
for
reach
the
the shield.
longest time.
Believed
Sorry.
I would help them. When I refused, they locked me here and only let me out to torture me. They got nothing from me.
Can you help me in my quest to get the shield, perhaps?
I can't go with you if that's what you mean. I'm too weak. I need to rest. Once I have my strength, I will certainly join your cause. You'll have to go on alone, but the knowledge I've gained may be of use to you.
What knowledge do you have for me?
Before finding this place, I learned a bit about those who created it. It's designed to keep the shield hidden and safe. Phrase kept coming up in the writings I found. When the eyes of the Guardians are upon you, Julianos will show you favor. I'm not sure how, but I just know it's a clue for making it safely through these ruins. You're the only one I've told. I hope it helps you.
I suppose it will. Damn! Laid him out something fierce. The guy stood no chance. Ah, flawless topaz and a ruby. Don't mind if I do. Some free gold lying around. Alright, what's this note? The prisoner remains uncooperative. There's little doubt that he was on his own, and none will come to his aid. It has been made clear to him that unless he reveals what he knows, he shall pay most dearly, and yet still he holds out. We give it one more week. If he does not help us reach the shield, he is to be disposed of, preferably in a manner most painful. That seems unnecessary. Just kill the guy and be done with it. It doesn't have to be painful. I guess most forms of death would be painful by default. But most painful seems unnecessary. How about that? It can just be regular type painful. Hello there! Been a while since we found a locked chest. And unfortunately, I didn't get to shred the lock by spamming the freaking quick solve button. Yeah, no, that was a hell of a blow. I've laid the last two poor bastards out. Let's see if it's 3. Let's see if we're about to have 3. Not quite. Hey, that one took a hit. Just the one. Just the one hit. This is a hard lock. It can be opened with another hard lock. How's the durability? Ah, it's fine. That's fine. I could recharge it, and then it'd probably be laying these guys out in single hits. Doesn't really need recharging, though. Oh. Oh. Thought maybe I'd missed a handle. No. I mean, I guess in the most literal of senses. Oh, it's just shooting in a pattern. Okay. Stand here, out of the way. And we're good to go. Chest, not worth it. Weak potion of sorcery. Could have planned that one better, I think. When did you transition from playing Elder Scrolls to a Zelda dungeon? This layout feels like nothing you've played the... Yeah, no, it seems like the dungeon design in Oblivion steps up a little bit with Knights of the Nine, which makes sense. They're not designing an entire world space's worth of dungeons here. They're just designing a few new ones, so more time and effort put into making them look and feel good. You. Oh, by your own guy. Tragic. So here's that whole Eyes of the Guardians thing. Not exactly a difficult puzzle, but again, I feel like it's more interesting than most of the ones in Skyrim. You can probably already figure out what you have to do just by looking at it. We've got 4 statues here. We've got this plinth that's pointing straight ahead. And each of the statues has a turn handle, which you interact with, and statue rotates, let me guess, 90 degrees? Was that 45 degrees? 45 degrees it is. Okay. Oh, nope. Shucks, that one was the right way already. Dang it. Oh, pfft. Wait, are you just going 270 degrees? Apparently. All right. One more turn will do it then. That was dramatic. Deeper into Fort Bulwark we go. Oh. Interesting. I've found some sort of puzzle or trap deep inside Fort Bulwark. I'll need to figure out what it means in order to acquire the Shield of the Crusader. Nothing from stepping on that pressure plate. Rodgar's helm. Nothing in these chests. Stone Guardian statues all unmarked. Let's start with this. Rodgar's helm obviously needs to go somewhere. Oh. Oh. Guess it doesn't go there. Doesn't go there. Oh, yes it does. Hammer. So that one's helm. Let's try hammer in 4. I guess so. Gem. I'm thinking 3. No. This can't have been the intended solution to the puzzle. Just try everything, right? Like, what am I missing here? Book. I see. Literally, it's just stand on the pressure plate and see what... Wait. But that's a gem. And I have a goblet here. Stand on it this time, and... Oh! Oh, the pressure plate shows me a random... Okay, it lights up a random one. So that's where the hammer goes. And that's where the hammer goes. And that... Okay. It's not, in fact, showing me a random one. This is where the hammer goes, so I know this is not the right place to put it. But I'm gonna put it here, because the game seems to just want to cycle items. That's the hammer. This is the gem, question mark? The book. Okay, the book I saw went in here. There we go. There's confirmation. So the gem does not go in there. The gem goes... The goblet goes there. Can I just put the thing back? No, I cannot. Okay. So the goblet goes in there. Let's just throw the gem in here. Skull. Helmet goes in there. Okay. Doesn't help me with skull, of course. Can I just drop the thing? If I just drop the thing, what happens? Nothing. I have to actually go and put it in the chest every single time. This is a little tedious. Okay, gem, please? That's the goblet again. Let's try the gem in here. Okay. Sword. Wherefore goeth the sword? Let's try thither for. Skull goes over there, though. Goblet goes in there. I think it was this one anyway. Pretty sure it was this one. It was. Hammer goes in there. Sword. Let's try this again. That's the skull. That's... I don't think that's the gem. And I know I tried putting the sword in there and nothing happened, so it's got to be either there or there. And that one's helmet, so I think this one's sword. Alright. There's the stone. Skull goes in there. And helm goes in there. Puzzle solved. Might be the first time I've ever actually interacted with that puzzle on its own terms. Because last time I played this, I think I just had a walkthrough book. And here's our prize, the Shield of the Crusader, alongside a wide array of other loot. But I think I just want the shield. I've completed Sir Henrik's quest by recovering the Shield of the Crusader. I should continue to search for the relics that the other ghost knights were questing for. What does that shield do? Reflect spells, 16% on self. That's not bad. That's not bad. I do have a one-handed blade. I'm going to stick with the two-hander for now. Back out to Upper Fort Bulwark. Or at least Upper Lower Fort Bulwark. No, this looks like Upper. This is Upper. There we go. Next quest, let's see. Well, let's take a quick peek at the Mace of Zenithar, since we're in the right area. Mind you, I know full well we can't get the mace yet, but I at least want to show off the area where you do get it. The names as in the names of the knights, like Sir Ralvas, Sir Henrik. Oh, the mace, the salt shaker, yeah. The Nine Divines have fun names, and if memory serves, they are all references to members of the original dev team for Elder Scrolls. Like, RK, for instance, I believe is literally just someone's initials. Carcinization got hands. Carcinization got hands, claws, lightning spells, headbutts. Now that's not carcinization, that's a troll. The headbutt of steel wings. Steel fins, thank you very much. I am not a Paradox Mon. You know what's weird? I woke up today with half an inclination to plug my Switch into my computer and play more Pokemon Sword for the stream instead of playing Oblivion. Didn't go through with it because I would rather play Oblivion, but it's... I woke up from some kind of dream where I was like... I want to say I was half lamenting the fact that I hadn't made progress in Pokemon games in a while. Half Skarmory. What would that even... I mean, I guess my wings would be sick as hell. I know you'd like to see it, Sonia. I still... I still need to play catch-up. I was a little bit into a revisit of Sword, and I just fell back off it again, even though I was enjoying myself more that time than last time. It's weird. It's like... Dare I say, I think Gen 7 did so much right for me that no Pokemon game since has, like, even been in the right radius of what I'd want out of a Pokemon game. I don't think that's the correct answer, but I'm trying to figure out what is. Like, why did I fall off so hard after Ultra Moon? I guess because the designs took a turn that I didn't like it. The designs took a turn that I didn't like it. That's correct. That's correct, right? That's good grammar. I'm so good at Speak Smart. Clonk.
Well met.
Didn't even play the... See, that's not true. I played...
What can I interest
I
you?
played Pokemon Moon, and then I played Pokemon Ultra Moon, and I like both for different reasons. Let's try selling at 55%. Yes, he'll accept that. Let's try 58%.
You need to make
He doesn't
a
like
better
58%. 56%. Yes. Now 58%?
That's just not reasonable.
57%?
You need to make a better offer.
Okay, okay. 56% it is.
An excellent bargain.
Get rid of these. Get rid of that.
That's a good deal.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of... Oh, right, because he's capped at 1,000. Yeah.
That seems a fair price.
Russet felt shirt of blade turning. Vest of warding.
You've made a good bit of gold.
I really have. Yeah, I'll sell that one.
That's a fair deal.
Get rid of the Dregwax. Get rid of the Daedroth teeth. Holding on to the vampire dust for now. Can definitely get rid of the gems, though.
An excellent bargain. You drive a hard bargain. A pleasure to serve you. May
You
I
selling repair
interest you in
hammers,
some
dude?
of my fine wares?
He is. We'll take those.
Thank you for your business. Take care.
And while I'm on the subject of repairing my gear, let's see what gear needs repairing. The boots. Actually, really, all of it could be repaired just for funsies. There we go. Now, let's head to the chapel and see about the mace.
It's you. I've heard of you. You're the one restoring the Knights of the Nine, aren't you?
I am merely a servant of the Nine. I have no particular interest in restoring their knighthood. I'm just collecting their relics in pursuit of an ancient evil.
Such humility. I admire you. I am Caradus O'Holan. I originally came to this chapel in search of the Mace of Zenithar. I tried. I could not pass the test. My faith was weak, or perhaps Zenithar decided it was not I who should carry the mace. He has found a use for me, however. The priests have asked me to stay on to protect the chapel. After what happened in Anvil, they are afraid.
What can you tell me about the mace?
Legends say that when Pelennor Whitestrake was slain by the aliens, a messenger carried the mace to the human settlement of Leyawen as a message.
Human settlement,
Centuries later, the master craftsman St. Calidus built the Chapel of Zenithar in Leyawen as a tribute to the legend. When St. Calidus was laid to rest, those who prayed to Zenithar at his tomb began to receive visions of the mace of the Crusader.
Very well. Anything else?
Legends say that when Pelennor Whitestrake was slain by the aliens,
So no then.
centuries later, when St. You too.
Good to see you.
St. Calidus's tomb, he said. Aw. Ghosts here are friendly, that's cute. Surprising, but cute. Nasty face on that one, though. I've knelt before the shrine of St. Calidus in Leyawen and found myself transported to some sort of dark void, with no apparent way to reach the mace. Do you think the Aedra are just a bunch of bored DMs waiting for anyone, to please at least try clearing their dungeons? Maybe. See, technically, if I'd brought a bunch of paintbrushes with me, I would definitely have a way to reach the mace right now. But since I haven't... Can I just jump off? Is that fine? Doesn't seem to be any other way back. Whee! I stepped into the void to try and reach the Mace of Zenithar, but my feet met nothing but air, and I fell into the darkness. There must be a way to walk between the platforms and reach the mace.
Good morning. So far, things have been quiet. After the horror in Anvil, the priests here are more than a bit nervous. We see.
According to Sir Ralvus, I must allow my faith in the Nine to guide me to the mace. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. I wonder how I'm supposed to walk between the platforms and reach the mace using my faith. Anyway, let's go grab the boots. Maybe that'll help. My horse is probably stabled on the other side of the city. How far to where we're trying to get to? Real far. But it's just a short hop from Way, so... Is there nowhere I can put my horse that would be a little bit less temperamental, weather-wise? Are there no stables around for the poor horse? There's stables across the bridge. Let's just hope they're covered. I honestly don't remember if they're covered. It's a little weird we're getting noise, like rain noises, but no actual rain particle effects. That seems like a bug to me. Ah, good, they do have covered stables here. Pardon me, let my horse through, please. Thank you. There you are. Nice and dry. Okay. Combat music for all of 3 seconds. Wait, did more start up? I think more did for like a second. Microfight. Some of them probably killed whatever aggroed onto me well before it could actually catch up to me. More hostiles somewhere. Oh, bear. Barely. Alright. Find the shrine to Kinnereth in Cyrodiil's Great Forest and speak with the priests there about the boots of the Crusader.
What brings you to the altar of Kinnereth, my child?
I'm here in pursuit of the boots of the Crusader.
You would seek the holy relic Kinnereth has bestowed upon the world. Then you must prove yourself worthy. Kinnereth's creations guard her relic, and you must pass the test before you may be granted the boots.
What test?
I cannot say what it will be, for I do not know. Kinnereth herself will decide in what manner you shall be tested. All I can do is direct you to the Grove of Trials, and remind you to heed Kinnereth's teachings. Fear and respect nature and all her creations.
Where is this grove?
Not far from here, to the west, nestled within the great forest, it is a place many would overlook. I warn you that it is unwise to take anyone with you. You should go there alone.
And Fear and respect nature, you said?
Indeed. Nature itself is Kinnereth's domain. All its creatures are her walls. You would do well to remember this when it comes time for your test.
Very well. I shall take this test.
Then proceed directly to the grove, as your test has begun. Kinnereth may choose to guard you along the way. That is up to her. Good luck.
I'm not familiar with that many altars to the 9 divines out in the wilderness.
You have been in the chapel of Kinnereth from the moment you stepped outdoors. Have you not felt her presence? We gather here to pay tribute to all of the blessings she bestows upon us.
I like that line.
Goodbye.
You have been in the chapel of Kinnereth since the moment you stepped outdoors. I like that. I've reached the Grove of Trials. I shall have to wait and see what Kinnereth has in store for me. Oh. That's a very large bear. I failed Kinnereth's test. I shall have to try again. Alright. Do I just have to endure this, then? Don't attack back? Just deal? That would make more sense for fearing and respecting nature. A bear attacked me in the sacred grove, but I made no attempts to fight back. A cave has been revealed, and it would seem the boots of the Crusader are waiting inside. Ha! Okay, I appreciate that a hell of a lot more than here is a large monster, kill it. I suppose it makes more sense in the first place, and I'm not really sure why I decided attacking would be the thing to do. Probably because most of the time the game has shown me a thing which attacks me. The expectation is for me to attack back. So that, just on its own, makes this an interesting change of pace. But here's the boots. I've completed Sir Junken's quest by recovering the boots of the Crusader. I should continue to search for the other relics that the other Ghost Knights were questing for. Fortify Restoration, 4 points on self, but also they add Woodland Grace as a passive effect. And that alone makes them worth it to me. Woodland Grace means that no animal enemies, be they bears, wolves, mountain lions, etc., will ever aggro onto me again. I believe it also means that normally timid creatures like deer won't run from me now. If I'm remembering the effects right. Well, those deer are running. So maybe deer do still run from me, but formerly hostile creatures, like that bear. Yeah, look at that. You can just get right up close and personal with a black bear. Hi, buddy. I wish I could pet them. And now we can go grab the mace. That's weirdly textured rock. Fogged rock. Now that looks like a path to me. If I take the boots off in the middle of the path, does that drop me? Oh, yo, look at that! That's good attention to detail. Alright, where were we? I honestly, off the top of my head, knowing precious little about how the creation kit works and what all the scripts in Bethesda games let you do, I honestly don't know how they did that. That is impressive to me. And now we come to the Mace of the Crusader, which used to be my best friend, because I used to level Blade and Blunt in roughly equal measure. Actually, no, that's not true. I went nuts on Blunt the last few times I played a melee character, because, like, blunt weapons swing slower, but they do more damage to compensate. And I'm like, yeah, damage! So, this Mace and I were best friends. I've completed Sir Ralphus's quest by recovering the Mace of the Crusader. I should return to the Priory and find out if there's any news of the remaining 2 relics. Yeah, I go nuts on Blunt, too. Hell yeah. "10 damage, fire damage, 12 points, turn undead up to level 14. Honestly, not bad. Not a bad set of enchants on that mace.
What's the matter, getting tired?
Oh. Crude Aliad Battle Axe, Daedra Heart, Common Soul Gem.
I'm on your side.
I know, dude. I'm trying to hit the guy you're trying to hit.
What's the matter?
After recovering the Mace of the Crusader, I found the minions of Umaril attacking the Chapel of Zenithar. They were all defeated, and the Leowin's Chapel escaped desecration. Fine, Aliad Battle Axe. Oh. Well, not looting that now.
I can't believe it. We survived! By the grace of the Nine, we survived! In no small part to you, Sir Knight. By your will and the will of the Nine, the Chapel of Zenithar is held against this blasphemer. Sir, I pledge my sword. I wish to join you in your quest to restore the Knights of the Nine and defeat this Umaril.
I do not yet believe you worthy to join.
I understand. I can only hope that one day you will judge me to be worthy.
You may prefer this judgment. Every potential member of the Knights of the Nine you recruit can go into the final battle with you, It obviously helps to deal with whatever ads you might encounter, but they also lose their protected status, and I don't want anyone dying if it can be helped. I'm never a fan of letting NPCs, important or otherwise, die, unless, of course, they're evil. Or if I'm evil, which rarely happens. But it doesn't always not happen. Let's go park my horse real quick. Next to the other parked horse, I note. This is not the right room. Who parked the other horse? I don't remember there being anyone else here.
Well met, Sir Knight.
Ugh.
Sir Knight,
Ugh.
thank RK you are back. I have terrible news. Sir Roderick, I think he's dead.
Sir Roderick? I'm sorry, who is that?
A holy knight, like you, questing for the relics at the Prophet's call. I was his squire. I believed he was chosen by the gods to reclaim the relics.
What exactly could you please move out of the way, ma'am? No? Alright. What exactly happened?
At first things were going well. He prayed at all the shrines and received a vision, a disturbing vision. The shade of Sir Beric spoke to me was all he said. We must
Sir
put him to
Beric?
rest. We traveled back and forth across Colovia. He was always asking about an old noble family, the Vlindrels. Finally, he found what he was looking for. We went to Underpole Cave, and there he fell.
What was Sir Roderick looking for?
He said that Sir Beric's tomb was in Underpole Cave, which is no cave, but some kind of buried keep. He had learned that Sir Beric had once been a questing knight, like us. He had found the greaves and sword of the Crusader, but then turned to evil. Sir Roderick hoped to find the relics within Sir Beric's tomb, and he did. But we also found a terrible guardian, the wraith of Lord Vlindrel, Sir Beric.
So you know where the remaining relics are?
Yes, my lady. And I brought you. Sir Roderick shouted for me to take them. The greaves, the holy relic, they're yours.
And what of the sword? What happened to it?
The wraith. It used it against Sir Roderick. I don't know how that evil thing could use the holy weapon, but it did. It screamed as it struck.
Take it easy. You're safe now.
I'm sorry. I remember Sir Roderick saying something about the sword before we went to Underpole. It may be important. He was worried that the sword may have been turned to evil, that it may have to be reconsecrated on the altar of its creator, the divine Arche. That's all I remember. I hope it may help you.
You did well. I don't believe I ever got your name, actually. I'm not sure why this prompt contains it.
Thank you, Sir Knight. I would ask a boon if I could, although I know I do not deserve it. Would you make me a Knight of the Nine? I want to dedicate myself to ridding the world of evil. I owe it to Sir Roderick.
Though I have respect for you and sympathize your plight, I believe what I walk into is a fate no one but I should deal with. I do not believe you are ready.
I understand. I'll be patient. I'll stay here and train every day until you decide I'm ready. I won't give up. I swear it.
And the rest of you?
What is it?
I wish I had witnessed the avatar of divine Akatosh myself.
We meet again. I am here to join your order, having received a divine vision from Kinnereth herself. I have been shown that to protect all Kinnereth's creations, I must take up your cause and be willing to lay down my life for you. So here I am. I have no doubt that our good works will be talked of in the eras to come.
If Kinnereth herself granted you a vision, perhaps I am not worthy to tell you what I would wish. Nevertheless, I do not believe you would want to walk into what comes to our doorstep. I'm not good at this whole thing. You're not worthy.
I see. I will not be deterred, so I shall remain here in the hopes that you change your mind. How goes it?
What's the news?
Eraldur?
I find myself here, at your disposal. I want to make up for the mistakes I've made and devote myself fully to the faith. If it pleases you, I would join your order and serve the Nine at your side. What say you?
I appreciate that, but I really don't think you want to walk into what I'm walking into.
Very well. I will remain here, if that's all right with you. Perhaps you will reconsider in the future.
Cyrodiil is surrounded to the north and east by the lofty Gerald and Vallis mountain ranges.
Pardon me, Sir Thedret.
Did I not say we would meet again? I am here and ready to serve. I will join your order, and together we will fight this new threat against the Nine. Glory to the Nine.
Have you heard any word about
I suppose I can't deter you, can I?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Greaves of the Crusader. Fortify restoration and destruction on self. And Blessing of the Eight, which is a lesser power shield 20%. Ooh. I'll take that. So this is the completed armor set. It's very, you know, traditional medieval fantasy Crusader garb, but I like it. It looks like fancier iron armor, and that's all I really need it to look like. Plus, it offers a bunch of cool buffs. Now, let's see. My carry weight is a little high, so ere we make further progress, let me just drop off my Imperial Dragon armor at Frostcrag. I don't want to leave my horse out in the snow. I ride the horse exactly twice for the first time in, I want to say any playthrough of an Elder Scrolls game. Normally I just don't deal with horse travel, and immediately I'm like extremely protective of the horse. I have no real choice but to leave you out in the snow, but at least there's some eaves I can put you under, bud. That's not safe. More stick horse friend. There's not really anywhere safe to put you, but let's go with here. Safer here than just out in the cold, I suppose. I'd have to assume whatever mechanisms power this place keep it warm. Just plop that, and that in storage. Anything else? No. I think that's about the best I'm going to be able to get, unless I want to start offloading the Crusader's relics, which I don't yet. Ooh, I wonder. Is this the part where I make a better healing spell for myself? Let's see, how much magicka do I have to work with? 118. Let's see here. My current Healing spell is Lesser Mend, 5 points of health for 5 seconds, so a total of 25. Yeah. I think I've got Restoration 50. 62. Yes, I do. My skill level is... Oh, crap. It has to be unbuffed. All right. What's the best one I can make that only costs 25, then? Magnitude 10 is too high. Magnitude 8 is too high. Magnitude 6 is not too high. Magnitude 7 is not too high. How about 7 for 6 seconds? That's too high. Nah. Not worth it. My destruction skill, though, I wonder. Fortified Destruction is 8, so without that, I'd be sitting at 52. So I'm above 50 on Destruction. I can upgrade my Atronach's Bane spells. Upgrade them by how much, I wonder? It's 10 and 10 for 1 second. Can I do... Can I do 20 and 20? Frost and Shock. That's not great. Costs more than twice the previous one. Oh well. And the icons aren't lining up. Why? Oh well. So that's... and that's... So I need fire and frost. I don't like how much of my Magicka bar that's wiping out every time I cast it, but we move. I guess it's not that big an issue since, 1, I'm playing on a lower difficulty anyway, and 2, I've finally got a really good sword to work with. Alright, where am I going? West. Ah. Alright, that's That's rideable. Headed to Underpall Cave to find Sir Beric and the sword of the Crusader. Hopefully without riding my horse off a cliff. There's a safer way down than that, right? This looks horse safe. I guess just switch back to lesser men since I can't cast the regular one yet. I like that the siege engine sticks around even after the quest is long since done. Nice little landmark, that. Didn't get spooked until I hopped off the horse. I think I'm headed up this way. That's a really nice view of the Imperial City. They put a lot of effort into making sure the draw distance on that was really good, so you could always, I suppose, use it as a landmark. If that was the intent, more power to them. Like, oh my gosh, how much of this you can see the big bridge out front from here. You can see the even bigger bridge off to the side of it from here. They didn't give Frostcrag Spire this kind of draw distance. And Frostcrag's the more immediately appealing landmark to me, but, like, that's... Semantics aside, this is impressively visible. Oh. Where's he going in such a hurry? Hey, don't you want to come admire the scenery with me? Guess not. Good scenery, though. really good scenery. I don't think I've ever stopped to admire the Imperial City from this far off. Underpaul Cave. Oh, there's a bear. I don't know if my divine protection extends to my horse, so let's keep you close, but not too close. I have arrived at Underpaul Cave, the location of Lord Vlindrel's grave. Sir Roderick died somewhere inside, battling the foul wraith that now wields the sword of the Crusader. Ebony Claymore. Ooh, hello. If I have to drop it later, I'll drop it later, but for now, it's lovely to see one of those show up. This is a lot of coffins. Do we have a vampire situation in here? Is there a vampire situation going on in here? I like this place. I hear skeletons. I see skeletons. It's skeletons. It's all skeletons. Skeletons that summon more skeletons. And a few different paths to take. Or at least a couple. Let's head down this way first. Less of a vista to admire. Yeah, somehow I don't think that Wraith is going to care about me blocking. Nab the ectoplasm, that stuff sells pretty nicely. Underpaul Keep, North Wing. Well, I don't need to be here, but I am curious about what's in here. Don't need that. Ah. The cuts and nicks from long practice sessions with all manner of blades has its benefits. You are now an expert with blade weapons. Your sweeping power attack now has a chance to knock down your opponent. Press and hold attack while moving backward to use this power attack. Alright. Not that anything in the game ever really approaches with enough ferocity to make that viable. But it looks cool. Changed the animation on it, I notice. Back sweep and stab. Again, the twirling seems largely unnecessary to me, but I'm not an expert in swords, so maybe that's just how it works. I love watching their heads pop off like that. This way? Need another torch. Bye. Oh. Nope, never mind. Couple of potions of... well... yeah, I'll grab one. Why not? Oh, it's a spike trap. I just landed straight on it. He's just waiting for me to impale myself again, isn't he? Y'all oblige, come over here. Oh, you're a summon. Hold on. You're not real. There we go. You know, something I think I would like to see in this game or a future game replicating the dungeon crawler style that Oblivion and I guess to an extent Skyrim both have. I would like to see the dungeons actually be, like, pitch black. It's something that Elden Ring did, pretty much requiring you to use a torch that I, or at the very least a lantern, that I really appreciated, that I don't think I've seen done in any Elder Scrolls game. And I just like... Gold Diamond Ring, I would like that, you're right. But I'd like to see Elder Scrolls 6 give us some dungeons that are pitch black, like completely dark inside. You have to have a torch. I like that there's parts of these caves that are like that, but then you get out to here and it's like... yeah, you can see in this just fine. Torches are largely redundant, especially once you get a Night Eye enchantment. Ah, there's 3 of them. Heal up, back off a bit. Check for loot while I'm here. Something in my guts is telling me the game's going to crash within the next couple of minutes. I'm saving. Back into Underpaul Keep, and now let's head the intended way. Oh, you know what? Can I repair my gear first? Because I feel like my 58 isn't bad. Still ought to repair it, of course. Nothing in there, nothing in there, probably nothing in those two. Ghost. Days and weeks of constant use make wearing heavy armor tolerable, but not comfortable. You have learned to adapt to its weight and use it in combat. As an expert of heavy armor, your plate mail no longer encumbers you as much when you are running or swimming. Which I believe specifically means we regenerate stamina quicker in heavy armor, which is nice. Considering the actually surprisingly significant curse to our stamina regen we seem to have inherited. I've contracted yellow tick. Speed and strength drain. Ugh. Get rid of that. I want all my strength. And this goes to the south wing, which also is not where the marker is pointing me. Where is the marker pointing me? Huh. There's what, just 2 whole extra wings to this place that I don't even need to go into to progress this quest? That's a lot of dungeon. This is a fake. That's a fake. That's a rat. That's spike ball traps that have already been set off. Oh, there's the knockback. Alright, get back up there, however I may do that. Clearly not there, clearly not there. Coffin with 42 gold in it. Oh my god, that's a lich. That's 2 liches. Oh. Alright. Alright, alright, I'll back off. That's not a good place to attack 2 liches. That's a good place to attack 2 liches. Can you not? Stand up, please. There we go. Staff of Ice Storm, Staff of Sickness. Come here. Alright, now I've got a bit of a breather. Little gold in the coffin. A little more gold in the coffin. Wood gate to Underpaul Cave. Torchlight does them all the favors. Yeah, you think they look better like this? Oh my god, wait, was this where I came in and I was being shot at? No, it couldn't be. So the 2 guys that were shooting at me to begin with are still at large, yep. Another strong potion of healing, though. Yeah, so they're just, like, up there? There's no way for me to get up there to them. Okay. Back out to Underpaw Cave, where there are enemies, apparently. And now there's not. Alright, so the way we're supposed to go is a direct turn this way, back around here. And from here we head down. I haven't had a drink of water in a hot minute. Hold on. There we go. Good try. They're a little stupid. Just a smidgen. Now to the Underpaw Reflecting Chamber. Something I find I'm missing from normal difficulty back when I could still play that and not get my ass handed to me. I believe I was talking about it early game, the fact that there were a couple of different kinds of enemies you meet right out of the gate that specialize in different forms of countering your attacks. Scamps particularly, not stunted ones, but standard scamps, a little higher level than the stunted ones. Why am I not taking that potion of cure disease? Block or reflect damage from your spells, and Clan Fear have a little bit of physical damage countering. So you can hit them, and it's going to work, but it's going to cost you. I liked that trade. I liked that you had to decide between that trade versus just playing into whatever they're weaker to. And I like that whatever they're weaker to is a consideration in the first place. And I really wish that you felt it more on the lower difficulties, too. I would like a difficulty that has enemy health set to about where it is here. Because this feels like a decent amount of slog to me. But also sets their damage, or at least their various buffs damage, to be a little bit more effective, so that combat actually feels like a decent back and forth, instead of just swinging a sword at them until they die. Like this. And the little back and forth dance that I do. You know. It's not really... Ooh, hey, Tomb of Lord Vlindrel. Anyway, it's not really what I'd qualify as fun combat now that I'm playing so much of it and, like, trying to think about the mechanics and what clicks and what... Oh, Sir Roderick. He's got some good stuff on him. Sorry, Sir Roderick. I think I need these more. Let's see. Ebony Claymore for 56 versus Glass Claymore for just 50. Nah, the Ebony Claymore is worth it. Alright, my point with mechanical talk like that being, I like Oblivion for what it's got, but I can see places where it could be better. And if I had the time, temperament, patience, etc., to learn how to mod the game, I think that's what I'd want an overhaul designed by me to specialize in. Because there's all sorts of overhaul mods for Oblivion that all do various cool things, but I don't know that there's one that, like, amps up enemy damage and special abilities to give every enemy a different means of countering them. Like, the reason I brought this up, seemingly out of nowhere, is while I was fighting that ghost, it occurred to me it would be really, really cool if they had, like, weakness to magic, but near immunity to melee damage. Something like that, you know? Like, if you had to... Because you're playing Oblivion, you're probably going to end up playing a little bit of every single thing in the game anyway. You're going to do a little bit of archery, you're going to do a bit of casting, you're going to do a bit of sword play. It'd be nice if you were incentivized to do that anyway. Like, if there was a benefit to interacting with all the game's different systems. I'd be all for that. Anyway, here's our quarry, I believe. The arrow's pointing right to it. Spooky, glowy ghost. And a rat. Yeah, there he is. The wraith of Lord Vlindrel is destroyed. I need to reclaim the sword of the Crusader that he somehow twisted to his evil purpose. I have recovered the sword of the Crusader, but it has been desecrated by the foul wraith that wielded it. I should take it to the Chapel of Arkay in Shaidenhall to reconsecrate it to its holy purpose. The sword of the Crusader is a one-handed blade, which is unfortunate. Fire damage 12 points on strike, damage magicka 35 points on strike. I was hoping for another two-hander. Fish. Making fish noises. Well, I'm not seeing anything of intrigue in the water here. I guess this little outcrop is cool. Oh, what? What's mad at me? Yeah, that's what I thought. Is there any penalty for equipping the cursed sword myself? In attempting to use the defiled sword of the Crusader, I have received a terrible curse. I can only hope that this curse will be lifted when I reconsecrate the sword at the Chapel of Arkay in Shaidenhall. Okay. Lord Vlindrel's curse is what? Stunted magicka. Weakness to fire, frost, magic, poison, and shock. Jesus. Okay. Maybe we don't equip the sword. Maybe we do not equip the sword until it has been consecrated. How much damage did that thing do? 19 damage off a one-handed sword. Okay. Alright. And it also currently doesn't weigh anything. It's going to, presumably, once we get it consecrated, but since it's a quest item for the time being, they didn't make it weigh anything, which, a little silly. A little bit silly. Convenient for me since I've been picking up so much heavy stuff, but, you know, silly. mercifully, no vampires around here, just a lot of undead. My initial assumption was wrong. Now, where's my horse? Hopefully still alive. There you are. Hey, buddy. Let's get on the road. Or adjacent to the road, at least. Where is the road from here? I'm head there. All right. Since I don't think we're going to be finishing the main quest line in this stream, I'm going to take a little time with this. Ride there instead of fast travel. Like, I don't doubt that we're close to the end of Knights of the Nine at this point, but I don't think 30 minutes is enough time to wrap it up. I could be wrong, but just in case, I think I'd like to save it for the next stream, so we're going to take this as a nice, leisurely sightseeing trip. I'm sure I must have pointed this out in a previous stream, but I'd forgotten there were these very nice, like, birch trees here in Cyrodiil. I thought it was all just greenery. And far be it from me to object to all just greenery, but I was expecting it to be blander than it is. This game's pretty. Is this the right way? This is not the right way. I'm headed in the exact wrong direction. Shaden Hall is that way. Okay. Well, easy fix. Just get back on the road from here. Hey, no. You're not allowed to attack my horse. Under no circumstances do I want that troll to aggro onto me because trolls are weirdly fast. And I would have to get off my horse to deal with that. Instead of bears, which are slow enough that I don't really have to bother. Alright. Follow the path around. Here she is again. What is her deal?
It's you.
Dronarahe. Dronarahe. Gotta try to remember that for 30 minutes. Technically, I could just whip out my phone and look it up now, but I want to keep playing the game, you know? Is that another nebula behind me? Or is that the moon? No, it's behind a cloud now, whatever it was. Ah. I was indeed hearing something trying to swipe at my horse. I really love when one of the moons is just in complete shadow like that. Just a smidge creepy. Is it still following me? No. That's Tabruma, okay. Amunas. Not to be confused with Amungus. I prefer Electrode. Yeah. Yeah, same here. That's interesting. All these other stars in the sky are predominantly white. There's a few that are like shining a little blue, a little green. And then there's just this one pair. Oh, that's 2 stars. There's at least 2 stars there that are just like bright red. That's curious. Mars and Thars. I'm just wondering, like, maybe there's a constellation hinted at there that I'm not able to see the rest of because it's behind clouds. And if not, there should be. Final Fantasy XIV does that, and I love it. Now we're on the road to Shaden Hall.
How can I assist you, champion?
Think you're funny, huh? All right, let's see. 1,500 for 75. Nope, nothing compares. Ah, hell. God, it's the kind of night sky and, like, verdant green fields that makes me wish I could just stop, run out into the middle of the field, and stare up for, like, 5 minutes. It's the perfect place to do some stargazing. Not quite perfect weather, but good enough for me. And I do believe we've arrived in Showdown. Let's get some stuff sold off. Let's get this sword consecrated.
Did you really face down Mehrunes Dagon himself? They say he stood 200 feet high and crushed the temple dome with his fist.
Just between you and me, neither of those things are true. He was tall, but not that tall.
Let's do business. An excellent bargain. That's a fair deal. You got a great deal there.
Anything else prohibitively heavy in my inventory?
Good customer.
Anything else prohibitively heavy in my inventory? Anything else? Nope. Okay. And I may as well pick up some more repair hammers. There we go.
Come back and see me again. Bye.
Ah, boy. More Aurorans.
I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you. Take me down.
And with no casualties. Umaril's Aurorans have been destroyed. Showdown Chapel is safe for now. I can now reconsecrate the Sword of the Crusader to Arche on the High Altar. Now that. Don't need anything off that one. Don't want that. Do want these. Alright. Let's patch this sword up. The Sword of the Crusader has been reconsecrated. I now possess all 8 of the Crusader's relics. I should return to the Priory to consult with my knights about how to attack and destroy Umaril. Yeah, there we go. 38 weight on that. Same buffs as before. And 19 damage. Again, nothing to sneeze at. Crusader's arm added. Fortified blade, 10 points, just for holding the sword. That seems almost unnecessary, but alright. And for the shield, do we get anything else? Nope, just reflect. Oh, wait, Holy Aura. A slight shield. And Umaril's Bane. That sounds good to me. That's nice. That's very nice. I like the little wings on the shield, too.
How can I help you?
Quick rest at the inn.
I hope I can help. I do have a bed available for 10 gold a night. Walk just up the stairs there, and it's the door on the right. Thank you. You too.
Up the stairs, door on the right. Level 20! By superhuman effort, you can avoid slipping backwards for a while. But one day, you'll lose a step, or drop a beat, or miss a detail, and you'll be gone forever.
Good afternoon.
Again, filling time in the stream since I know we don't have enough time at this point to finish the Knights of the Nine quest line. Maybe we could have if I had fast travel everywhere, but you know, I like slower traveling. I used to just fast travel everywhere in Oblivion and in Skyrim and every other Bethesda game. I don't think I started breaking that habit. Days of the Ten next. No. That's not until Skyrim. That's not until Skyrim. And other lies I can tell the audience. Oh yeah, you better back up. Oh no. Horsey, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? You're mostly okay. Swung for an enemy, hit my horse. Horse caught on fire. Fortunately survived. honestly, this is much more atmospheric. You're right, though. That's the thing. I don't think it was until Breath of the Wild that I really learned to appreciate just, like, slow travel like this. I wanted to be playing the game, not running around everywhere. Go fig. Those are the same thing. Like, sure, depending on what you define as the game, playing the game versus running around can be two vastly different things. Running around might be just the thing that gets you to the next part of the game, and that's, for a while, how I saw it, but... God, I don't think there's going to be another open world game like Breath of the Wild. Can I just say that? I think Breath of the Wild is going to be in a class by itself forever for me. I could be wrong. I'd love to be proven wrong, but... that game made me want to explore. Made me want to just run around, get lost in its world instead of heading from point to point, even like I'm doing right now. Like, this is still slower travel than I used to do, and I like that, but once upon a time, even this would have been too much for me. And playing Breath of the Wild taught me that there was a lot of value to just getting lost for a bit. And yeah, there's a boar chasing me. They're not as fast as the horse, so it's not a problem. If it was a mountain lion, then I might have to hop off the horse and deal with it, but a boar won't catch up. And no, though, I loved getting lost in Breath of the Wild. I loved just picking a random direction, and yeah, the boars are cute. I loved picking just a random direction in Breath of the Wild and running that way for as long as I could until I got inevitably sidetracked by, like... I'm in the middle of going east, and then just off to the north, there's a cool landmark. So, switch gears, head north. That sort of thing. Oblivion and Skyrim don't have worlds designed for that.
What's the matter?
But I'm still enjoying doing this more than if I was just like, okay, and with that, we're off to the next locale. That benefited expediting the main quest line to get back to... This world's felt accommodating to this kind of play. It has, but it's not quite on the same, like, level of exploration, I guess. How to put it. The world is smaller and thus inherently more inviting to exploring the way that I like to. But it also somehow manages to have less in it worth seeing. My apologies, dear mountain lion. I know you are not hostile to me. You would be hostile to my horse. There's not as many interesting landmarks in Oblivion as there are in, Breath of the Wild. I'd say there's more here than there are in Skyrim, but that's... I spend so much of my Oblivion streams ragging on Skyrim, and I don't think there's no reason for that. I think I'm within my right to, after comparing the two back to back like this. I don't know if any game matches Breath. It's funny. I'm sure this is a controversial opinion. I don't think Tears of the Kingdom matches Breath of the Wild. Chose your words carefully. Yeah. I don't know. There's just something about Tears of the Kingdom that didn't really click with me the way that Breath of the Wild did. They made the world space larger, but they made it feel smaller, I guess, by giving it more stuff to do. More stuff that it feels like you ought to be doing. The most fun I had in Tears of the Kingdom was hitting the Hyrule Underground and deliberately sacrificing my time in the above ground in favor of just running around and hitting as many of those light routes as I could find. I liked that. And all that did was light up the area, right? Like, okay, obviously that fills in a little bit more of the underground map, but mostly what I was in it for was just being able to find my way around better. There was no point to it aside from being able to say that I could see so much more of the world space that way. That was all I needed. Hey, oi. Not the horse. And I think open world games are at their best when they're doing stuff like that. Tears of the Kingdom had a lot of stuff that felt like you should be doing it, whereas Breath of the Wild gave you a world space to explore and reasons to do it, but nothing that felt like filling out a checklist, I guess. And it's weird, because, like, strictly speaking, they're the same game. They added more stuff to Tears of the Kingdom, and somehow, to me, that makes it lesser. Maybe it's a Goldilocks situation, you know. Too big, too small, just right. That bear is going to try and kill my horse. Now it's not. I could go on. I don't mean to turn this into antagonizing antagonizing whatever game springs to mind as the thing to make fun of this time. I do that a lot, I'm realizing. Superstars next. Oh, no. You don't want me talking about Superstars. In part because I don't really have anything to say about it. I didn't like it. Thank you, horsey. I didn't like Superstars. I feel like it gets a lot of the classic game mechanics wrong, and I'm kind of just tired of them releasing classic Sonic games instead of looking to the future. Horsey did get the W. That or fire damage over time got the W. Either way. Horsey gets the credit. Exactly. You know, that would have been nice, come to think of it, if they were gonna... Remastered adds a couple extra suits of horse armor in addition to a couple of armor sets you can just, like, get through Deluxe Edition that are exclusive to Deluxe Edition and exclusive to Remastered at that. You don't get those armor sets in Original Oblivion. Point being, if they were going to do more horse customization like that, I think I'd like to see them really go all in on that for Elder Scrolls 6. The thing that springs to mind specifically why I'm bringing this up is the idea of the horse getting the credit for fire damage over time. Why not let me pick out my horse's armor piece by piece and enchant it? If I want my horse to have, like, horseshoes that make it deal fire damage when it attacks something, I'd go all in on horse customization for that. Stop attacking my horse. I am so sorry you don't have the Kinnereth blessing that I've got, horsey. Here. Be healed. I'm glad that lesser powers are recastable like that. This game's good. This game's good. I don't have anything else to say about it, really. Just at the end of the day, that's where I'm at with Oblivion. After getting back in touch with it, after interacting with Okay, bandits, right? This is a bandit hideout? Oh, okay. Weak to fire, can you tell? That's the stuff I want to see more of. Anyway, Oblivion. After spending so many years away from just pure vanilla Oblivion in favor of modded, I'm finding a lot of enjoyment in playing unmodded. There's mods for Oblivion that I absolutely adore. Absolutely there are. But this is kind of all I need at the end of the day. At least from Oblivion.
Lord Crusader, the prophet is here.
The prophet is here.
He seemed to know you were coming, told me to wait for you, and here you are. Come.
Well, well.
He is preaching to the assembled knights in the chapel. You should speak to him at once.
Assembled knights, plural. When did we get a third knight? Or are we counting the aspirants, too?
You have stepped from the humble shadows of obscurity and into legend. No feat you have accomplished in your life compares to what you have become.
I don't know that that's true.
You are an embodiment of Pelennor Whitestrake, the bane of Umaril the Unfeathered. The time has come for you to fulfill your destiny. Umaril lies hid in the ancient fane of Garlus Malatar. You must go there and destroy him.
Why'd you sing those last words, dude? I am ready, then?
No. Should you face Umaril, you would suffer the same fate as Pelennor. But times change, and even the shape of the divine itself must change with it. Where once there were 8, now one more stands with them, and they have become 9.
You mean Talos, correct?
Aye, with the apotheosis of Tiber Septim, the face of the divine was transformed. Talos ascended, and the 8 became 9. So, although you wear the armor of the gods, it is incomplete. A relic of the old ways and the old gods.
How do I destroy Umaril, then?
As a proven guardian of this realm, and a warrior the likes of which have not been seen in millennia, Talos grants you his sacred blessing. With the ancient gifts of the 8 and the new gift of the 1, you are ready to face Umaril.
Pray tell, what does this blessing do?
It will allow you to follow Umaril into the spirit realm upon his death. It will allow you to destroy him, body and soul, utterly and for all time. You must first kill his living body. While beyond the power of most mortals, this is only the lesser of your 2 tasks. His Daedric nature allows his spirit to escape into oblivion after death. Oh, this is what Pelennor learned upon defeating Umaril the first time. But you can do what Pelennor could not. The blessings of Talos will allow you to follow Umaril's spirit when it leaves his body. This you must do, and you must not fail. You will not, because the 9 fight with you.
What is Garlus Malatar?
Garlas Malatar was the westernmost outpost of the Aeliad Empire. It watched over what we call the Abyssinian Sea. Since his return, Umaril has taken Garlas Malatar.
Keeps staring down. He does. He's not quite meeting me at eye level here.
Is where you must seek him out.
And what kind of a foe is Umaril?
Umaril cannot be bested in his physical form by any normal means. His blows can strike down the mightiest of warriors
NPC programmed for
in a single
Lalafell.
stroke. The Eight created the Relics to withstand Umaril's fell power. Do not attempt to face him without this divine protection.
Huh. Hence the buff, Umaril's Bane. I guess he would be a much more credible threat if I didn't have all the relics on me. And you said I had to chase down his spirit?
When Umaril joined with the Daedra, his spirit expanded beyond this realm. His physical form can travel between realms, but his spirit is bound. When his body is destroyed, his spirit travels back to Oblivion and is reformed in the fires of creation. With the armor of the gods and the blessing of Talos, you will be able to follow him where Pelinal could not and destroy his very spirit. Once his spirit is destroyed, he will be completely obliterated, erased from all realms of existence.
We can certainly hope. In any case, I believe I am ready to do what must be done.
Your knights will assemble at Garlas Malatar and await you there. Gather all those who you deem worthy. Not all who enter those halls shall return. Those who fall in service of the Nine will live on forever in the halls of their fathers. I wish you well on your quest, Crusader. We are depending on you.
All right. And that gives us our objective for next time. Let's look at that buff. Was it a buff or was it Blessing of Talos? Oh. Fortify strength, endurance, drain speed, drain agility. Huh. A lesser power with 0 mana cost that bumps up our strength by 20 points. That's meaty. That's something to look forward to trying out next time. But for now, we're over our 3-hour mark, which means it's time to wind down. Spelling can be fun, you're right. And I look forward to spelling... I was trying to think of a funny pun. I'm not that good at that. Alright. That's going to about wrap up today's stream, in any case. Bit of a flat note to end it on. But thank you all very much for attending. Next stream is going to be... it'll be on the 14th. Yeah, it'll be February 14th. That's Saturday, Valentine's Day. I'm not doing a Valentine's Day special, though. I'm just going to be playing Oblivion. That'll be at, let's say 2 p.m. Pacific, same time as usual. It was either that or I'd go to 1, but let's go for 2. Thank you again for attending. If you missed today's episode or you just want to rewatch any parts that were of interest to you, you can catch the re-upload in a couple of hours at Strawbunny Slime Stream Archives on YouTube. If you want to stay up to date on when we're going live, you can type info in the chat right here to get a link to our Discord and our Blue Sky. And if you enjoyed the stream and you have $4.99 a month or an Amazon Prime sub to throw my way, consider subscribing to gain access to the CogChamp emote, the Straw Shade emote, and the Anju emote, all created by one cool cat on Blue Sky. If you want a link directly to her Blue Sky account, you can type art credit in the chat for a direct link to that and to my supplier for backgrounds. All right. Once again, thank you all for attending. Next stream will be Saturday, February 14th at 2 p.m. Pacific. Until then, this has been Strawbunny Slime Streams. I've been Mocha. You've been fantastic. Have a good evening.